Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group, family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
La Podcast de la Freedom. No, sorry, we're here live. It's a live episode here in Cancun, Mexico. I'm brushing up on my Spanish.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Like I said, I'm brushing up on my Spanish. I know like 3 words: baño, cerveza, and something else. But anyway, so welcome to another live episode. We are here in Cancun, sunny Cancun, Mexico, and sort of, well, sometimes liquid sunshine. And of course, it's Friday. So,
yeah, happy Fun Shirt Friday.
Yeah, Fun Shirt Friday, Cancun style.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. The waves, the palm trees, surfing.
The surfbords, because you know me,
Yeah, Mr. Surfer.
I am jump surfer. That's right.
It is a perfect Fun Shirt Friday for Cancun. Good job planning.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. I've planned out my Fun Shirt Fridays throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah. I saw that, actually.
Yeah.
You put them in order in the closet.
I did.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes. That's how crazy it's gotten. Anyway, welcome to this is our week 46 recap and key takeaways.
That's right.
I got it right.
Yes, you did.
There we go. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go back to episode 316, Flip and Danny's story, part 2. College and cruise ships. So the key takeaways is after leaving home for college at Southeastern Bible College, Danny received a degree in music performance and from there began her career as a music minister at a church. And after that, Danny worked first at Disney and then onto cruise ships, playing her trompeto.
Trompeto.
Another key takeaway is after high school, Flip attended Michigan State University, go green, majoring in computer science, but continued his love of music, playing trompeto. Flip loved music so much that he focused on it instead of his planned major and transferred to Western Michigan University. Having had enough of the cold winters, Flip decided to move to Florida, where he was part of Disney's Christmas Brass 1 year after Danny.
That's right. Episode 317, Flip and Danny's story, part 2, continued college and cruise ships. Key takeaway number 1, after 3 years at Disney, Flip began playing on a cruise ship. During one of the shows, Flip found that Danny was in attendance and finally tracked down Danny by running after her after she had seen him play, and there was an instant connection. When Flip was transferred to a new ship as a musical director, he was able to choose his team and brought Danny from a different ship so they could spend time together. You're so sweet.
That's what they say. And then another key I'll let you do that key takeaway.
Key takeaway number 2, this is my episode, Flip.
Whatever.
After being together for a couple of years, Flip was pursuing his music career when they made a career change from trumpet players to art auctioneers. And while career changes can be difficult, this one was necessary because their passions had changed from playing gigs to making money and becoming more long-term goal focused. The change allowed Danny and Flip to be assigned to many different cruise ships and see the world. And in 2004, they were married.
Oh.
We were married. Danny and Flip continued their art auctioneer career paths until the economic changes of 2008 when they decided to enter the real estate world.
It's funny, I didn't see the word estate, so it looked like when they decided to enter the real world, which is sort of true. All right, so episode 318, Motivational Monday, pushing through tough times. Key takeaway is there are times in life when we all want to give up, but there are ways we can overcome that mindset. First, a good night of sleep can help us clear our minds and reflect upon what is pushing us in the wrong direction. Next, when we want to surrender, we can say those words with people whom we trust and support us and listen to their input. Finally, you can move yourself. You can move yourself. Just making sure that's what that said. Finally, you can move yourself. For us, we always remember the quote, if I quit now, I will soon be back to where I started. And when I started, I was desperately wishing to be where I am now.
That's right.
Another key takeaway is keeping perspective is the most important thing you can do in order to continue down whatever path you are pursuing. You constantly should be reflecting upon how far you have come and not at the finish line. Like an athlete that celebrates too early only to be passed at the tape by the competition. When you want to quit, turn your negative thought into a positive. Take that first action step and put one foot in front of the other, moving toward your goals.
Yes, indeed.
It's funny. I read an article. It's jumping in here real quick that it was talking about how to when you think about problems. And one of the popes, this is years ago, one of the popes, he said that whenever he had a problem that he would get in the middle of the night, he would say, maybe I should tell the Pope that. And then in the morning he'd wake up and realize that he was the Pope and realize it was not even a problem.
That's funny. All right, episode 319, Flip and Danny's story part 3, beginning their real estate journey to building 5 companies. Key takeaway number 1, in 2008, Flip remained in the art auction business while Danny was searching for a transition to the next phase of her professional life. They moved from Florida to Texas while Danny tried her hand at selling mutual funds, becoming mortgage brokers, and selling real estate before connecting with a mentor named Phil Grove and creating their first real estate team that became known as the REI Rockstars.
Dun, dun, dun.
Key takeaway number 2, their team grew by doing mortgage assignments, sub-2 wraps, and short sales. Determined to succeed, Flip and Danny led their team with boots on the ground, marketing campaigns, canvassing individual neighborhoods to grow the business. With success came the opportunity to become spokespeople for Phil Grove's coaching. They traveled across the country sharing how Phil's system helped them achieve independence on their own terms.
We just did what he said.
That's right.
All right, episode 320, Flip and Danny's story part 3 continued, beginning their real estate journey to building 5 companies. It's way more fun saying it that way. Anyway, first key takeaway is after a short time in Arizona, Danny and Flip began to enter the turnkey real estate business with an Ohio-based partner and moved there in 2015. And in 2017, they created the Freedom Real Estate Group. They started working out of our dining room of their home and eventually moved to a 5,000 square foot office where they created 2 other companies, Bulldog Renovations and Independence Property Management, to keep renovations and oversight of their assets in-house and to control quality and costs. I remember those days. Oh, so fun of those days.
Isn't it fun, like, reading this as in third person?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still cracking up because I used to, like, change the word so it's a Flip and I.
Yeah.
And today I was just like, we're in Cancun. I'm just going to read it.
Yeah. We're talking about Danny and
Thanks,
Flip.
Joe.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. We're talking about Danny and Flip. Now, let me get back to the story. Another key takeaway is most of the early turnkey leads originated with wholesalers, but in time, Danny and Flip created the company Cash for Ohio Houses, which would generate leads from an internal source and eliminate the dependency on wholesalers and outside sourcing.
Yes. All right. And then yesterday, we had our updates on a little piece of paper that I threw way over there.
Yeah.
So I don't have it, but we did remember 2 that we wrote down. And the first one is...
We're in Cancun?
Yes, we're in Cancun and we're enjoying ourselves.
Yes.
And the second one was that a big thank you and appreciation shout out to our team who is, in the still in Ohio, still across, wherever they are, virtual, and they are taking care of everything. And, it's such a joy for Flip and I to be able to take a vacation and not have to worry about things continuing on. And we've said that many times as we've gone to mastermind trips and we've gone on vacation. But I would say this is the first time where we are so appreciative because we're not thinking about work all the time and getting back to people like throughout the day about this, that, and whatever. Truly, it's like 10, maybe 15 minutes that, we're just answering any urgent questions and they're just taking care of everything. So the piece that gives us is just, it is the biggest takeaway I think that we could have from yesterday's episode. So thank you to the team. We love and appreciate you. You guys are amazing. And that is that for the recap.
All righty. Well, we hope that you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you're heading on over to our website, freedomcapitalinvestments.com, to join the Investor Club. Make sure you get in there because we've got a lot of stuff going on here at the end of the year. So make sure you're in there. Make sure you're talking to Ben and or CJ to get all the information that we're doing here before the new year. But also check us out on all social medias. We got a lot of stuff going on. The Freedom Family Companies, there's a lot of stuff going on. So make sure you check us out. We'd love to see you. But we like to end all of our episodes with
Invest smart.
Live happy. Bye, everybody. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit and loss.